We are doing Keiko Yoneda International Composers Competition in this December. And I really wanted to ask you about when I first came up with this idea, I really wanted to ask you to be the jury of this competition. And I told you this idea, I remember, and what you said about this really inspired me a lot. And so this is like our project developing together, I feel. But I want to ask you, like, how did you feel actually when I first talk about this idea to you?
Yeah, I felt something about composers competition is a very specific discipline, but I also liked that actually you are making it into a piece. Like the composers competition is a piece itself. That you are working with the form of the composers competition to follow your kind of path of other pieces with Keiko Yoneda. So I thought it's very good, and it's kind of like hacking, like interrupting the composers competition form itself. So I thought it will be good because this competition is real, as well as it's kind of in continuation of your previous compositions. So I think it's a good mix of things.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Mm.
Why is always composition is about the writing scores? Like, why is it like that? Like, we're still bound with score, and I think it's true without few exceptions, like what you're doing. Like, you know, like only few composers can be freed still nowadays. Like what you're doing now is really great. And so that's also why I wanted to ask you to be the jury of this, because we are also kind of, as a form of competition, we're judging scores. But I also hope like this form of competition of Keiko Yoneda International Composers Competition doesn't work as a kind of institutionalization, as you said, because the Keiko Yoneda is our imaginary existence, and we are also accepting scores in a really variety of forms, like text scores, graphic scores, audio scores, video scores, whatever. And also you have to compose in C major. Like this, as you said, this is like really a mix of things, like a real and kind of unreal. And also I guess we don't even know like what's going to happen with what's going to come out with this as a result, and how does it work. So I also, like, when I first talked to you about this idea, I remember you said, like, if you were an applicant for this competition, you would apply kind of a harmonica thing. Can you talk about that?
Sure. Yeah, you said lots of interesting things. So, like in my work, I still work with scores, but I just try to, sometimes get farther from the classical scores with like staff notation, which prevails in the contemporary music circles. And I think when we started to talk about this composers competition, we wanted people to submit kind of anything, like open it also for people who necessarily don't do scores, so they can record their instructions for musicians how to play their piece. They can, so we are opening this. I think that might be enlarging what what the composers competition is through like opening this score section, which can be basically anything. So yeah, when I was thinking, like I got inspired right away by this call when we talked about it, and I was thinking, oh, if it's me, because we are gonna work with C with the tones C, E, and G, the C major triad, and so I was thinking I would just send to the musicians my C harmonica, which I play, because that's already a composition itself. So maybe I would write little instruction how to play it, or maybe I would just like let it completely anonymous, just send the object of harmonica there, and this is my CEG commentary on the call. So something like that. Yeah, and as a jury, I would really welcome pieces like that. So I hope people can think really broad things and kind of recontextualize the CG, the C major chord. Yeah.
Yeah, also that's also what I hope for this competition, because we are often kind of getting stuck with the notion of the score, and also the competition is kind of regulating, like determining like which score is valuable and which score is not valuable. For example, like I quite like the score of Yoko Ono Instructions. For example, like a closest piece number 3 is saying like kill all the men who you slept with, for example. And this kind of thing could never be kind of accepted as a like institutionalized, like authentic score in the competition. For example, like as an extreme example. And but what would be interesting in this conceptual kind of competition would be something like this, like something like Lucie's like brilliant idea of like just bringing harmonica into this room. Also, Yoneda herself was the kind of a person who was never considered as an artist during her lifetime, because she was forced to be housewife, and after her husband died in the World War II, then like she was simply considered as a widow, and nobody knew what she was actually doing in her private room.
I think that's exactly it. Like if you talk about the scores and people bringing different things, I think this is what music needs. Music needs more people, I think. So this is what we are doing with this composition call. We are calling for more people to do music, basically, and we want them to know that they can do music and they can work with CEG as in any imagination they have about it, because already Keiko Yoneda is imaginary person. So like we are moving something. Our discourse is something between reality and imaginary world.
Absolutely, yeah.
And this is where we are, and that should be like for everybody. People who just maybe think about music or just started to think about music because of this call, so they should all apply. There's my position as a jury is
Yeah, you're a jury, yeah.
complicated. It's still like it's my first time being a jury, and I've looked at people's pieces for a long time, and I know how the composition process works, and working with non-musicians as well, and yeah, I think I'm kind of ready to see what people think. So it would be good if lots of people can apply and get encouraged by this interview, by us speaking about it, and just to know that it's also them who should apply. So so yeah. So and you know, I would want Yoko Ono apply with her piece. You know, it's just like composer competition is a very specific form and has own history, and it has history of pieces which the winning pieces. It has history of the winning pieces, which is a specific way how they are written. And yeah, but I like that maybe we can open it a bit more and see what we can do with this form. Maybe this form doesn't have to be that competitive.
That's what I felt when I first heard your idea of harmonica. Like I was still thinking of like doing a competition, but because I felt something like intimate, let's say, like something intimate by the idea of this harmonica. Like I immediately imagined like even the relationship with the performers and audience and jury. I don't know. We are kind of like, I don't know, lightly minded, like just we're just participating in this process, like just like joining the game or over the value making. And but yeah, as you said, like this has also really serious aspect of giving a value of also the cultural value, like traditionally speaking, like the conventional competition is giving a kind of license of like the approval of your artistry. I don't know, like depth of musicality or something, and also giving the money, so this kind of like social and also like physical, like monetary value, like, and what I don't know is how about this competition? So, but I also cannot stop imagining like this as a kind of intimate space, like kind of joining. We are just making a value like by ourselves, and even like Yoko Ono could apply, and even the non-musicians could apply, or even the person who doesn't like music, maybe, probably they could apply. And
Them especially should apply.
thank you. Yeah. So, yeah. So we're just including applicant and the jury and organizer and everybody. Like, it's kind of improvising because we never know what's gonna happen as a result. But regardless of the result, like, this is exciting. I thought, like, this is really fascinating to try out. So that's also why we're doing it, I think. So,
Yeah, and our first deadline for application is October
October 10th.
10th.
Yes.
So I just would like to say we still have like almost like 20 days, something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, like 3 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe some people think it's not enough time to make a composition. But you
it
know,
is.
I made the harmonica piece in one day, right? So there is still like 20 other ideas you can have every day, and you can send them in. So you really don't need to like think maybe I don't have enough time to make the composition for this goal. But you can send a piece which you made in one day because it just came to you. So And it sometimes happens like that. It just takes time before the idea comes. So if I just wanted to point that out, that there is still lots of time to send the pieces.
There is, yeah. Thank you for saying that.
Mm.
So yeah, we're having this talk to, yeah, just to invite more people. So I hope that this talk could help for that.
All the informations are in the writing, right?
Yeah, the open call, the rules, and yeah, the competitions is
Yeah.
on the paper. Yeah.
I
Okay.
think we said a lot.
Oh, thank you for talking.
Mm-hmm.